Hey Libra, your December reading, and all I can say is it's a party. That's what I'm seeing from this reading. It's just good times all around. I hope you're feeling this. The end of November coming into December. So there was maybe just a case of overspending a lot or being like super money conscious, maybe around gifts. Maybe you had to buy something for somebody to impress them. It could have been like for a father's birthday, however, or you wanted to like impress a client or your boss or something. So you went all out and bought something like quite extravagant. I see you doing this shopping and spending and having a great old time, really, Libra. I'm like seeing, we'll get into this reading, we'll clear up more cards and get to the bones of it, but it looks really nice and pleasant. So the Six of Cups, you've been enjoying yourself, maybe reconnecting with people from the past. It does seem like the only issue that I can see so far in this reading is like either overspending or underspending, like thriftiness or like penny pinching kind of situation. Maybe somebody from the past, if it's the penny pinching, it's like friends are going away or there's a reunion or something like that and you're like, oh, I can't really afford that, or maybe, and you're like, maybe you really could, maybe you just don't want to go. And then if it's like overspending, it's because you're going maybe to catch up with an old friend or somebody you haven't seen in a while, or there's just somebody that just has a very special place in your heart and you want to treat them and you want to look after them. The Emperor card. Okay, so we have had this feeling of empowerment as of late then, Libra. Maybe some of you have gotten promoted, maybe some of you have been moved up to team lead or taking on some extra responsibility. If you're not really, if you're somebody who's self-employed, like the Emperor can often be, or some sort of an entrepreneur or business owner, it seems like what you've got to offer seems to be going down really well. We may have touched on this in another reading for you, Libra, but basically it just seems like the essence of you is quite enough at this time, and it has been. So we'll clear up these cards. Now for December, it just looks like a complete party and I love it. Six of Pentacles, Three of Cups, and then the Fool card. So this seems like there could be an energy of traveling, there could be an energy of going somewhere and taking off work. You're like, look, this person is free as a bird here. They're so free, they're about to walk off a cliff, but it wouldn't even matter because somebody's hired a bouncy castle for adults. Yeah, this looks like a festival vibe in the background there. So it seems like you could be going to like some really fun parties this holiday season, or if you're celebrating anything in December, could be traveling somewhere you're just like so excited to jet off and you can just leave work at home and you just feel so carefree this month. So I do see a lot of carefree energy. I see a lot of fun and sharing gifts, receiving gifts, giving and receiving, abundance, good times, drinks flowing. We're all just having a great laugh here. What more can I say? This looks to me like pretty self-explanatory. This is the vibe overall, this holiday making and good time making. Nice. But the Fool card on a more soul growth level would suggest that energetically there could be something of a new chapter in your life emerging in December. There had been at this point in this reading, but I haven't. So on the December 3rd or 4th, there will be a solar eclipse new moon, and that is the energy of a new beginning or something that has the essence of starting out, initiating, feels novel. So let's see, look out for that energy anytime after around the 3rd or 4th. And I mean, eclipse energy isn't going to be felt on the one day of. For sure, you may feel it depending on what, it's in Sagittarius. So depending on where Sagittarius is in your chart, how close it is to any placements. But really the eclipse energy can be felt, the palpitations of that change, from like anywhere between 6 and 12 months. That's the cycles they move in. So if you're interested in hearing like the astrology breakdown like this, head over to the video. You know what, I'll just link it in the description box. There's going to be a video on the December astrology for each sign, specifically listed in the description box. So you may or may not be dealing with an air sign at the end of the month, but there is a big decision that needs to be made and you have to take on the advice of another or seek counsel, get legal medical advice, something that you can't figure out fully on your own. You would like a second opinion, you would like to talk to somebody of some sort of a professional who is a professional in this field, right? So the Four of Wands and the Two of Pentacles, now the toughest decision looks like, which party are you going to go to? Seriously, Libra, this is what it's looking like for me. It's like, oh, should we go to this place? This one? We'll go for appetizers here, and then we'll try and make a late drink at this party. It's like just the energy of you being quite thinly stretched, and very sociable, very active, very all fun and games. But I'm thinking there is a decision about, maybe there is something that comes up in terms of a family situation that you need to work out, or you need to get a second opinion on, perhaps. Why don't we just clear these cards up together and try and see if we can get any more meanings? Clearing up the Six of Cups, the King of Pentacles in reverse, and the Emperor card for Libra. Although the time and energy is going to always be fluid on these types of readings, take what resonates and leave the rest. I am putting this right now in my mind, later November coming into December, up until around that eclipse. The Queen of Cups and the Hermit. Both solitary people, really very introverted energy here. And then the Four of Swords at the bottom of the deck. A need for some quiet time before you face all of the social activity you've got going on. Potentially you're aware of that. Potentially you are even more introverted by nature, Libra, and knowing that you have such a jam-packed work schedule, party schedule, social calendar, this could be daunting for you. So you're like, okay, I need to take a little time off. So maybe, or to yourself, or even just, you might find it rejuvenating to catch up with people that you are very close to, or you don't have to put on a show around. Like these could be just, you know, siblings of yours, relatives that you're very close with, an old neighbor who you grew up beside, you know, somebody that you don't really have to you know, put too much effort. You don't have to have the house sparkling clean before they come over. You know, you can be in your slippers when you meet them at the door. That could be just a little more rejuvenating, or take the pressure off you, because this seems quite glitzy and glam, or there's just a lot of fun energy, though it's travel, it's excitement, it's very exciting. You just might need a little quiet time before. Some of you are going to be working on some sort of a project that you're getting finalized at the end of November, and you probably will have already handed this in or submitted it. For some, I really see like this project, this art piece that you've been working on, being the gift itself that you've given to somebody. So some of you created something of your own to give to somebody. So that's really sweet too. Let's see, I do have a parental vibe here with the Emperor and the Queen of Cups. You could be perhaps getting a gift for a parent, or celebrating their anniversary or something too. So I don't know, some quiet time at the end of November, December might be nice if you can squeeze that in. Let's see. The Six of Pentacles, the Three of Cups, and the Fool card. This just looks like a really busy schedule for you in December. Maybe you've a lot of work on, all of the things we've been saying. Let's see what else is coming through. Can we go a little deeper on these cards? The Knight of Cups and the Tower card. Well, there we go. And then also at the bottom of the deck, the Knight of Wands. So this is very busy energy. Two knights now at the moment, Knight of Wands, Knight of Cups like this. So you want to be just like headed towards all of this fun and good times. And you actually know how rushed this is going to go. You have a feeling that this next couple of weeks in December for you are just going to fly. You're going to be really busy. And then you're looking at all of this, what you have to do right now. Meanwhile, there is a potential for something to catch you off guard when you're not really focused, and when it's like, you know, you're looking the other way, you're looking at all this fun and travel. Meanwhile, there's something else playing under the current. The Knight of Cups is very sensitive and very undercurrent of what's going on. So tapping into that energy, you're like, okay, now things are making sense. Like there's some sort of a breakthrough that you have where you realize there was more to this situation than met the eye. Hey, maybe you'll see something at a party. It's like that. It's like you walk into a room where a conversation has been had, and you don't even need to have heard what's happening. You saw who was having the conversation. You saw the way they maybe stopped talking, and you're like, oh, Ooh, interesting. So you just pick up on some sort of a nuance in the undercover that takes you by surprise. It could happen at a party. It could happen at like a gift giving sort of situation, or just at one of these busier, more exciting points over the holidays, which you're really only have your focus on now. Because meanwhile, look, you don't know what's about to happen, and nor do I. It just seems like the energy of what may happen may take you by surprise on some level. It doesn't seem to totally be related to you, although it could be. If you've put in any applications for anything to do with a program surrounding maybe music or arts or decorating, it could be coming up for you. Or like I'm seeing even like perfume making, makeup, or something like to do with beauty, glamour. Is something very glamour. It's a very glamorous month, but something might take you by surprise if you have been making some moves towards expanding an area like that in your life. The King of Swords, the Four of Wands, and the Two of Pentacles. Maybe this is why you need to go and seek some counsel. You're like, oh my God, you'll never guess what I just walked in on. I have to go tell you about this King of Swords because I know I value your opinion. I know you see the situation clearly, or you're able to. So that could be why. King of Swords, Four of Wands, and the Two of Pentacles. Oh, maybe you catch something that would actually maybe disrupt a happy situation, work-wise or home-wise, otherwise. Home-wise, work-wise, otherwise. Ten of Swords. All right. What else is coming through with that? The World card. Interesting. These are big final cards. The energy of final, some sort of a let's say we've reached the end on something energy coming up here now. It seems like some of you do have to make a decision that seems to be quite like apparent, as this could be the final blow for people. This could finish them, or this could do something that will, I'm getting the energy of like potentially split them up. The Empress at the bottom of the deck. We have the Emperor here too. Maybe that is what surprises you. I'm kind of feeling my intuition is speaking to me on this, and it does seem like it's some sort of information you find out about a relationship or a family situation. It could be an office romance. The Tower card, same tower in the background of the Four of Wands. This is like Aries energy. Mars and Venus. Marsy Aries, Venusy Ariesy bits. So yeah, it could be like Mars and Venus together. That's very much a signature for romance and passion. Yeah, even affairs is very Mars Venus. So well, why don't you keep an eye out for some stuff? Seems to be like there's some tea that's hot this holidays. But look, Libra, other than that, you seem like you're having a great time. It just, you're like, oh God, now I have to talk to somebody about this to see how to deal with this, because you do have a decision to make. I guess just be aware the finality of the Ten of Swords and the World card is like, this could just be like done afterwards. So I suppose you're thinking, tread carefully. Anyway, Libra, I hope you enjoyed this reading. It was a general reading, so of course these messages may not apply to everybody, and if some do, that's great. Take what does today and leave the rest, you guys. Bye.